I recently saw a video about a guy who was thinking about retiring, and he asked his retired friends what they did in retirement. He was wondering what to look forward to. And they came up with various things that they did. One played golf, another one liked to build models, another one liked to repair things around the house. Just all the usual things that you do in retirement, all the nice things. And he kind of said that they were all wasting the time, not being productive. But he didn't actually come round and say what being productive was. And the conclusion I got was that I believe that he thought if you weren't making money, you weren't being productive. And I disagree. Now, I'm fairly new to retirement, and my wife asks me, she's still working, on her way home. She likes to phone and says, "What have you done today?" And I'll say, "Nothing." I'll look back on my day and go, "Well, I've done the cleaning. I've played on my computer, had a brew, played on my computer a bit more, watched some YouTube, done a jigsaw, things that entertain me." And I'll say, I've done nothing because in my mind that's not being productive. But if I've done some repairs around the house or just gone out for a walk, I'll tell her, say, yeah, yeah, I went for a walk, really enjoyed it. And in my mind, that's being productive. I feel like I've accomplished something that day and not wasted my day. But I'm starting to change my thinking about this now. I'm kind of thinking that if you're entertaining yourself and not being bored, then you are being productive. I think if you visit your grandkids and spend time with the grandkids, that's not being productive in the traditional sense, but you are bonding with your grandchild. You're certainly entertaining yourself. That is total being productive to me. It's not making money, but you're enriching your life. So yeah, enriching your life. I mean, you could get philosophical about this. If you watched a sunrise or a sunset, that's not productive, but how much you've enriched your life. I think it's amazing to watch a really nice sunset. It's to me that's also being productive. You're enriching yourself whilst not making money in the traditional sense. You're enriching your life. You don't need money to enrich your life. But now I'm kind of adjusting the way I'm thinking. I mean, I've got friends who, uh, unfortunately, I don't see nowhere near enough now. I'll have to do a video about being lonely. But anyway, digress. When I do see them, they'll say, "Hey Phil, how's retirement going?" And I'll tell them truthfully. I say, "Yeah, I'm getting the hang of it. I'm really enjoying it. Definitely don't want to go back to work again. But I feel that I'm not being productive." And that's what kind of got me thinking about what is productive. Um, I think that just entertaining yourself is being productive. If you're not bored, you're entertaining yourself, so you're being productive, enriching your life. There's there was another video I saw that said people who waste their lives in retirement, they spend most of their time watching TV. So I refuse to watch TV in retirement. And I realised that I'm spending hours just watching YouTube. No difference at all. But I don't feel that I'm wasting my time. Let's call YouTube research, not just entertainment. Unfortunately, it seems to be becoming the culture now that we have working retirement. Some people do it out of boredom. They have to do something. They'll do part-time or voluntary work. Some people will do it for financial reasons. It's going to be more and more of that as time goes on. So in the end, I'm feeling a bit sorry for this guy who's going to retire. In fact, I don't believe he will retire. I think he'll find himself doing something productive, as in making money. And he's not going to retire. He's just going to change his job, hopefully to something he really enjoys. But so making money in retirement is also being productive. But I believe that being productive now is all about entertaining yourself. I mean, let's take things to extreme. If you have a nap during the day, um, you're not wasting your time. Your body needs it to recover from whatever tired it out. That's being productive on your health. So I believe that if your day consists of you having a long breakfast, pottering around in the garden, going out chatting to friends, even having a nap during the day, I don't believe that you're not having a productive day. I believe you've mastered it. Phil saying, "Tra for now."